How am I a Nazi? I am a Vietnamese minority. Look at my face. Your face, you're white, right?
Is it normal for you to just put up things on signs that don't mean anything?
Why don't you?
Then, if you're not calling anybody that, then if it means nothing, then are you in the business of just creating BS propaganda and trying to divide people?
Oh, well, jeez. BS propaganda. Come on.
Well, that's
guys.
true. That's what it is.
Jesus.
We're here with
Amy Phan West, who's running for Congress for the 47th district here. I'm excited. You know, the 2020 election is going to be unique because the people's either going to vote for socialism, communism, or freedom. And that's the choice the voter will be voting at the booth.
And so what's some of the policies or things that you would enact once you get into office?
You know what? There's a lot that's going on. For example, just in California alone, the homeless problem. We have California housed 50% of the homeless population throughout the United States. It's here. And it's insanity. No one's taking care of it. Not only Gavin Newsom is taking care of it. He's not addressing it. And the other thing is our veteran. I mean, my congressman, Alan Lowenthal, who I'm running against, he never once voted to fund our veteran. And we have the base in Los Alamitos. And our veteran, I mean, they have sacrificed so much for us. That's the least that we can do for them, is to take care of them and to make sure that they don't have to worry about their VA benefits.
So what you're saying, basically, your main goal right now is to put some work in for the people that are right here, right now. As far as the homelessness situation that is running rampant in California right now due to their policies. So you're obviously Republican?
Yes, I'm Republican, conservative, Christian,
Awesome.
Female woman.
Awesome. And you support Trump?
Yes, I do, completely, 100%.
So what are some of the things in 2020 that you're hoping to also maybe work with Trump on, or what are you looking forward to with that?
You know, national security is very important. The port of Long Beach, we need to protect it from China or other foreign entity, especially a communist regime, to take it over. You know what? Alan Lowenthal, my congressman, went to China 2 months ago to negotiate with China to buy the full port of Long Beach. They only have a portion, which is the container terminal. They have that. But Trump negotiate with them, tell China to sell it back, and they're in the process of finalizing that and get the hell out of Dodge because we don't want them here. Right. And so Trump, I'm going to basically help Trump to enforce those tariffs and enforce those laws on trade.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so where can people find you at? Where can people support you at? Where can they vote for you?
Yes, they can find me on Facebook at basically Facebook, Amy Phan West for Congress, California 47, or Twitter, Instagram at Amy Phan West. You can go on my page as well, my website at amyphanwestforcongress.com. You can message me, let me know that you support me, and however you can support either through volunteer or financial contribution. I really appreciate that.
Awesome, thank you. And we appreciate people that are standing up for the right side, for the conservative Republican side, for the Christian values. And would you say, so then you're a Christian?
Yes, I am a Christian. I go to church locally here with Pastor Greg Laurie, who does the Harvest Crusade.
You got something to say?
He looks like a beta cook.
Do you want to say something?
Do you have something to say? Do you have anything to debate?
So how am I a Nazi? I am a Vietnamese minority. Look at my face. Your face, you're white, right? How am I a Nazi? Why are you calling me a Nazi? Did I kill Jewish people?
Wait,
Why am I a Nazi?
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
I am a refugee Vietnamese female. Are you racist?
Wait, to be Nazi, you have to kill Jews?
So you're saying I kill people?
No,
why do you call me a Nazi?
You're
tell
implying
me.
that.
No, tell me.
What is a Nazi to you?
What's a Nazi to you?
One, a Nazi was in the Third Reich in Germany in the 1930s, 40s, which I assume you understand that as
1940, I was not even born.
Yes. Okay,
Why am I a Nazi?
I never said that.
You show that to me, that I am a
I'm
Nazi.
just holding a sign. Does that upset you, holding a sign?
No, is that you're
Does
telling me that I am
you?
Nazi?
Is
it normal for
problem?
Does freedom of speech upset you?
No, not
the thing
at all.
is this?
So this is
Are,
why
is
you're
it normal
upset
for
with
you? Is it normal for you to
That's
just put up things on signs that
yeah.
don't mean anything?
Why don't you?
Then,
just
if
say
you're not
yourself?
calling anybody that,
Yeah.
then if it means nothing, then are you in the business of just creating BS propaganda and trying to divide people?
Oh, well, jeez.
Because-
BS propaganda. Come on.
Well, that's
guys.
true. That's what it
Then
is.
Why
Jesus.
do you put this up?
Who's a
does it mean
Nazi? Do
something
you
to
see people walking around here, discriminating against
I've never
colors
said
and
he was
races?
Nazi. So what's your problem then?
Well, you came up while we were doing a discussion and saying "Go home, Nazi" with this sign, right?
Yeah.
So if that doesn't mean anything to you, then what's the point of putting it on this?
Oh, well, it's Freedom of America, so we have the right to hold whatever
Absolutely.
sign we want at any
Absolutely.
time and do whatever we want, however reason why.
But you're also subject to being questioned about it then, right?
Of course. Yes.
Usually people
Hence
that
why I'm
hold up
responding to it.
signs, but the thing is usually when people hold up signs to that nature, what you're doing is basically watering down that word and what that actually stood for and what people went through. You see how that can be construed as disrespectful to people that actually went through Holocaust, that actually were affected by real Nazis at that point in time?
Please explain that more.
What's to explain? You don't
Exactly.
see how that can affect somebody who actually dealt with not real Nazis? How that can be kind of disrespectful and watered down? Because if I go around calling everybody a Nazi, doesn't that water down the version of what that means and what it's supposed to stand for? Because words are important, right? Would you
Words
agree?
are super important, of course,
So,
yes.
and they have meanings, right?
Of course.
So then when you try to water down a word, right?
Who do you know
does
that was in the Holocaust?
What do you mean?
There's
Me personally, nobody. There's survivors. I don't personally know. Do you know any?
Of course I do. My grandfather fucking fought in the World War II. Of course. Did you not? Anyone that fought there?
So he was
you call him a
affected-
Nazi? Would you call him a Nazi?
Would I call my grandfather
Yeah.
who fought the U.S.
Well,
government
You say
a
go
Nazi?
home Nazi.
That's silly to say.
But
You're saying, but it's silly to say go home Nazi when there's no Nazis out here.
Yeah, so why am
Let me
I a
ask you
Nazi?
something. Let me ask you something.
Why would you tell me to go home Nazi?
Earlier today, you were saying that you were from Vietnam, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that communism took over Vietnam and destroyed it, right?
Yep.
Why?
Because government got big,
Evil people.
evil. So the Democrat, your party,
She can
want
speak
to
for herself.
have
I can speak for myself.
the Democrat Party wants to have bigger government, okay? Which is your party, calling names, calling us Nazi. You know what? Alan Lowenthal, I don't know, you live in this district, but he's a Democrat. When I announced I was running for Congress, his supporter came out and called me a white supremacist. Do I look like a white supremacist to you?
No, you don't.
Do I look like a KKK?
Can I tell you something?
No, answer me. Do I look like a KKK?
No. of
And
course
does
not.
my kid Mexican and should be in cages? That's what they call my kids. They're 7, 5, and 3.
I'm really sorry about that. That's terrible.
Do you see how horrible that is?
No one
That's
should
why
ever
I'm
say it about
saying
your
no
kids,
one
ever.
should do that.
No one should ever say about your kids ever. It's
Exactly.
disgusting.
Exactly.
Can I ask
And
you a
not only that,
question?
They're calling me a whore because my kids does not look Mexican. I marry a white guy. Okay?
That is
So
really
they're
dark
half.
and sad. No one should ever let that happen to you ever.
So I call out
I think in a better America, we should not let that happen ever.
Exactly.
Do you
So
think-
I call? Let me finish. So I call out Alan Lowenthal, our congressman in this district, and say, "Hey, your people are calling me that. I thought you were against hate speech. Why don't you call your supporter out and tell them to apologize or stop saying this thing?" Not once have he called them out and say, "Hey, we are not accepting this." I
So
live
why-
in my
but-
district
but
here,
why
but
they
he
do it to
doesn't
you?
even care.
Why do they do this to you then? Why?
Because I'm a conservative Christian Republican. And they don't like what I stand for, and they can't
Okay.
agree to
Which
disagree.
is
And that's
politics,
the problem
which I
we
get it.
have now, is that the craziness. I feel like there's a saying, if two are alike, one is not necessary. That's why we need a Democrat and Republican to dialogue. That's what we're
That's the
missing in
beauty of
America
democracy.
right
Beauty,
now.
beauty of democracy.
Exactly.
I agree
And
with that.
that's
yes.
what we're missing right now. And
Okay.
I'm planning to bring that back. I value life from the womb to the tomb, okay? Your life matter. And I'm so happy your parent didn't abort you. Because now you can be here. You can write your story, okay?
Yes, fair. Fair enough.
I'm happy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's
You
your
as well.
name?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, Amy. Nice
Amy.
to meet you.
You as well.
Have a great day.
Good luck.
Take care.
I'm not
you.
a Republican, but I was before Trump. But I'm actually vote for you.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Do
Fair
you live
enough.
in the district?
I do. I live here.
Awesome. I don't. My friend has a business card. She can give you my business card. And if
That's
you
cool.
here.
I know her. We're best friends already.
Awesome. Great. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, see, guys, there you have it. A little bit of common sense spoken to people who just have no idea what they're saying. As you can clearly see, they just write things on signs trying to create a stir and divide people. And that's how you battle that. That's first class teaching on how to handle that type of situation. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
I'll be voting for you, obviously.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so
You know, let me tell you my story
Yeah.
and why I'm running, okay? So the reason why I'm running is because the push of socialism. I came up from a communist regime in Vietnam. Before communists took over, we are fishermen, okay, family. And whatever we fish, we keep for our family to feed us, and not only to sell it off so we can put a roof over our head in Vietnam. But when the communists took over, they promised. See, this is what they're missing. Socialism, government, big government promise to take care of you, promise to give everything, promise if you give to them, they'll give back. No, they pocket it for themselves. And the more power they get, then they oppress you. So that's what happened. They oppressed my family. And not only that, when the villagers complain about, oh, we're hungry, we're starving, you know what they do, the communist regime, the government? They bury them alive. They make sure everyone in the village come out and see. They bury the people, so they bring fear to the people and dictatorship. And no one is allowed to speak. And not only that, we have no freedom of speech. They took our guns away. The people do not have the Second Amendment rights. So after shortly, they burned down a house, burned down the village, shoot my grandfather 6 times. He died. My dad got shot 3 times. And you know what? My dad told my mom, if we live here, we're going to die in the hands of a communist. But if at least we go, we will at least die in the sea. And that's the only hope he had. And so he promised God, he go, God, if you're real, protect my family from Vietnam, safe to America, and I'll worship you. In 3 days, we were in the sea. We ran out of fresh water. And thank God the German oil tanker out there took us in, give us food and water, and sent us over to Thailand refugee camps. There, we tried to seek asylum a year and a half. Then they sent us over to the Philippines. And from there, they flew us over to Huntington Beach, California. And by the grace of God, we're here in America. We have the freedom to speak, freedom of religion, and freedom to bear arms to protect our loved ones. And you know what? This is what I would say to those Americans who are hearing me. Your Second Amendment rights is so vital. If you don't hang on to it and fight for it, might as well just be buried, like what I witnessed in Vietnam. So it's time that you fight for your constitutional rights, and 2020 is vital. I encourage you, if you don't like the condition of California and you are a moderate Democrat, go and re-register Republican. Because the Democrat Party do not represent you. They're for late-term abortion. They do not value your life at all. From the womb to the tomb, they don't care. And not only that, they want bigger government to control you, to tell you how you run your business and how you run your family. They want to tax you to death. Look at the gas tax. Are you okay each time you travel and it's pinch in your pocket to just drive around? If you're not okay with the condition of California and the homeless problem and the taxation, the housing crisis, it's time that you change your party. They don't represent you. Vote conservative, Republican, all the way down from federal, state, and local politics. It's time we must rise. For such a time as this, in 2020, you either will be voting for socialism, communism, which will take your rights away, or for freedom. And this is our legacy, and this is our generation. We must rise for such a time as this. I'm calling you. You have to go out and vote this 2020. If you don't vote, the Democrat will. Okay? Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
God
That
bless
was
you.
amazing. Honest.
you.
Guys, there you are. We're wrapping it up from the DNC Convention out here in California. And, dude, that pretty much says it all right there. That kind of blew me away. She red-pilled dude, and amazing footage. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. Get to my website right now because they're censoring our videos. You know how that is. We're under attack. PayPal, they canceled us, so you can get our shirts online at that'sthepointwithbrandon.com. The link will be below, and appreciate you guys tuning in. That's the point.